Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Hackett. They grab their own miss. Hayes with it. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. Now, Coach told me the key is to stay disciplined on defense, especially when guarding James Harden. He said James is special offensively. He's a master at manipulating defenses and drawing fouls. So, of course, they don't want to give him easy points at the foul line. Guys?
Thanks, David.
And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify that.
Here's Hackett. And a miss there on the triple. Knocked loose. All sorts of time. Yep, it counts.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Here's the three. There's a screen. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 5.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now, here's Bellinelli. And he converts the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Here's Hackett. And the three off target. Here's Hayes. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
From the corner. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
He gets a rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Pass to Herrera. .137 left in the first quarter of the game. 5 on the clock. They set the screen. Fires for 3. Kept alive. Here's Hayes. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Hayes has got his second basket of the night. Hackett, the pass to Shingeli. Fires from deep. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Ward misses. And they're on the break. And the basket by Shingeli.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
First personal foul, first team foul.
First free throw is good.
Number 2.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Clyburn. Off target from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
And that one is hammered home.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skill to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climbing.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. And we'll be back with you. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
We've got Courtney, and it's Morgan in at the 1 spot. And they take the lead.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Here's Courtney beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3-ball.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Pass to Wachera from downtown. No good. Here's Courtney. They swipe it. Low. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 5.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
A nice shot by Morgan.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Got a piece of it. It's deflected. One-on-one fast break. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Offensive rebound. Pass to Wachera. Clock at 4. Offline with his 3. Now, here's Tucker. Here's Courtney. Morgan the pass to Zizic. The long distance 3 is buried.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the 3-point line.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Wachera. Here's Hamas. Here's Wachera. Guarded by Tucker. 3-pointer. Shot's good by Wachera. Wachera's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
On Friday and then on Thursday.
At the line for the away team, number 24.
No good on that one.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. For 3, down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Here's Tucker, and Tucker slams it in.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Courtney can't get it to go. Here's Watsura, guarded by Zucker. A shot by Watsura, no good. It's a close game here in Brooklyn. Pass to Tucker. And Tucker slams it in.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. As with the rebound. And here's the fast break. Here's Watsura, guarded by Tucker. Shot's good by Watsura. Watsura's got 9 points in the quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
There's the 3. Courtney, that's good. Courtney's got 6 points.
Just straight tricking the defender with the shot fake. This is how it's done.
Out to the wing. Here's Watsura. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. 4 seconds left. And Tucker slams it in. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. They lead by 1. We've got more in store for you right after this.
That is more than enough of us. Let's
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Bellinelli is covering. Down low, here's Ward. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Bellinelli is covering. A 3 ball. He can't get that one to fall. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. And
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Offensive rebound. Can't prop the tough three-pointer.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Over to the left wing. Releases. It's rebounded by Hayes. The tray. It doesn't go for him.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
There's 3-pointers off the mark. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but he's also led the league in assists. So, pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And look at hanging in the air, double pump, and then throws it down.
And you see the D, they just stepped aside, let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make. Wow.
And what a beautiful move it was that he picked. You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Hits the three-point bomb. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Two minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And he slams it one-handed.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. And he's good on the 3-ball. Bellinelli's got 5.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Ward. Looking to end the run. And it's blocked. Pass to Singelia. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Oh, good on the triple.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Six to shoot. Pass to Bellinelli. Fires the 3. Doesn't go for him.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. They're up by 8. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Courtney. Lets it go with a 3. That one misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
We've got Zizic, and it's Tucker in at the 2-guard spot. And there's the drive, and good that time.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
To the paint, stolen away. And here comes the break. There's the triple. Good on the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Courtney's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Here's Watsura, guarded by Tucker. Shots good by Watsura.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
A nice shot by Tucker.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Off target at the rim.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Pass to coordinate. They set the pick. The three. They get it back. Out to the right wing. Morgan trains the three-pointer.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Hummus. 5 to shoot. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Here's Courtney. This one for 3. It's not going to go for him. And they're staring at a sizable deficit.
And still within reach, though, that they don't have to rush things.
Fires the 3. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Here's Tucker, and Tucker slams it in.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree. Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantees.
We've got one.
Watch out now.
Here's Watsura. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Shoots the 3. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Here's Morgan. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
That 3 off the mark. Watsura, the pass to Hummus. Shoots it. Off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It's Zizic in the corner. Pass to Tucker. 6 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. Here's Courtney. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Watsura, guarded by Tucker for the 3. A shot by Watsura, no good. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And they're pushing it up. Lets it go from deep. And it's Zizic with the rebound. Fires from way outside. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They came in here and took care of business like...
Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. And this is Brian Anderson along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They set the pick. Pass to Hayes. Over to the wing. The three ball. Rebounded by Gabriel. Here's Ward. The three-pointer off the mark. Puts up a deep three. And no good. First quarter of play, a minute in. Pulls it from the corner. Doesn't go for him.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. A few unsuccessful trips in a row here, and we're still knotted up. Out to the right wing. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Shot's good by Lloyd.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
He takes it in, and he buries his first look.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. They get it again. Pass to Gabriel. Fires the three, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Horde. It's Hayes with the rebound.
He's got to take a back seat right now. When you're ice cold, you can't just keep gunning.
The three is up. Goes back up. Nice jump shot.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
That three's off the mark.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Pass to Horde.
Home team foul. Number 1. First personal foul. First team foul.
.141 left in the first quarter of the game.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Hayes with a screen. There's the three. Rebounded by Gabriel. Here's Horde. No made baskets yet. Out to the right wing. And there's the screen. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
You have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
Here's Lloyd from deep three-point land. And Ward pulls it down.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
There's the triple. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot's good by Lloyd.
Reliable approach, getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Count it. 5 points in the game. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Pass to Gabriel. Lets it go from deep. Knocks it down from distance. Gabriel's got 6. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. They're up by 2. We'll get right back to the... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
And the first shot of the night for him, missing.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And they're on the break. Puts up a 3. Offensive board. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Here's Randolph. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
Here's the pick. Clock at 6. Tries yet again. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Out left to the wing. No good on the three. Intercepted. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. And he makes it. He's got 5.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
They set the screen. For 3. It's hauled in by Hummus.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Fires in the triple.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Three minutes of action thus far in the second. Three-pointer. No good there. Ball stolen. And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1. Launches it to the left wing. They set the pick. No good from outside. Here's the break. On up the court. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity.
First team foul.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Fires from deep. Drops in the 3. Give him 8.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Out left to the wing. 4-3. Counted from distance.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the first half. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Good presence there. Already in his shooting motion, he spotted the open man and made the unselfish play.
Shot from the top of the key. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Here's the pick. The 3 is up. And the tip in on the offensive boards.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. They're up by 4. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Hello, everybody. Guys, how about our Eastern Conference winner?
He's been doing big things down in the paint, using his size and power to just flatten up.
And let's jump back now to our featured game. What a tight one so far for the home team. Without the... Appreciate you joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. To the left side wing. And he drives in. Good. He has 6. Here's Horde. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Gabriel. Just 5 to shoot. Over to the left wing. Puts the move on. Up again. It's good on the putback.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Three-pointer. The shot comes out. Here's Lloyd. He's got 5. Pass to Gabriel. There's a screen. Fires from the wing. And he can't get that one. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Fast break. Here we go. Knocks down the long J. Horde's got his first 3 points of the game.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to Gabriel. Takes that one up and powers it through. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. They can't stop the run with that one.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Here's Lloyd. The 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Lloyd's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Ward. Rebounded by Gabriel. Gabriel's got 5 rebounds in the game. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
It's Hayes with the rebound. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Well, we got a close one here in Brooklyn. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Here's the 3. He can't hit that time. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Second personal foul, second team foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for your home team,
good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Lloyd. Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Pass to Hamas. From deep. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Horde. To the wing, right side. From the arc. Connects from downtown.
And it's been punch, counter punch between these two today.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Off target from three-point range. And here's the fast break. Crafty move, and it's good. 2 points. Horde's got 5 points in the quarter.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Out to the wing. Down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. They lead by 1. After a quick break, we're coming right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. There's a screen. Out to the right wing. Here's Hamas. Lets it go. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Hamas has got his first 2 points of the night.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
One-handed slam right there.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Here's Randolph. Fires for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. They set a pick. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Three-pointer. And the three-pointer goes.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. To the inside. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
And there's the screen. Dumps it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so. From downtown, nails it from 3.
He has the ability and the aggressiveness to capitalize from downtown.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter here. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Substitution on the court.
They set the pick. And the 3 off target.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
And Ward pulls it down. This one for 3. They get it back to the wing on the left. Fires in the triple. Give him 20.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Not a way to get out of the funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Hayes with a screen. Yes!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Oh, he nails it.
Terrific movement off of the dead ball situation, and a great play to get the bucket.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 5 to shoot. He's off from 3. Yes!
Padding the stat sheet, getting the board and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation. Lloyd. Oh, no good! And so the home crowd treated to a win. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what.
It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Lloyd. From deep three-point land. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Out to the wing. Pass to Singelia. Clyburn. Offensive rebound. Here's Hackett. The three-pointer, no good. Here's Lloyd. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Gabriel can't get it to go. Pass to Singelia. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Buries it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
They set the screen. Clyburn tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Lloyd can't hit.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. And you take a look at this home team, They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And you know, right now for the visiting team, they've played great basketball, no doubt about it. Do they have more potential than they've showed us thus far? No question about it.
And the layup is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that. Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
The shot by Bellinelli. No good. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Pass to Lloyd. Jokibitis. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's the break. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Hackett. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end. And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Gabriel can't get it to go. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Clyburn buries it down low.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
They need this. There's a good screen. Drills the three-pointer.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, you get a little more space out there to operate, and that helps him find the room he needs.
Count it.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Ford. No good with the triple.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
Good on the shot. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Hackett. Here's Bellinelli. Got a piece of it. Pass to Gabriel. With 4 seconds on the clock, he lays it in.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Clyburn. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we reached the end of the first quarter. They're up by 5. And we'll be... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on. Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Right wing. Here's Randolph. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Coordinate. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. It's good from long range.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Team's shooting a steady diet from outside.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Drops in the tray. He has 6.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Randolph. No good, unable to end this run. Here's Tucker, drives to the hoop, and Tucker slams it in.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Pass to Zizic. Here's Courtney. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Tucker. He's covered by Randolph. Here's Courtney. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Pulls it up. Rebounded by Tucker.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Fires the 3. Hits it from three-point range. 6 points for him.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Connects from three-point range.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Old team foul. Morgan. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
50 seconds left to play in the first half. No good on the quick 3.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck to be here. It's just not his night.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
That's good from Tucker. Both free throws good from Tucker. 34 seconds left to play here in the half. Gabriel's shot's good. Gabriel's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Here's Tucker. And Tucker slams it in.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Lloyd the pass to Hoare. His three-pointers off the mark. Now, here's Tucker. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Leading by 17. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
You take a look at the visitors. This is when it starts to get real. You're past the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the visiting team.
I don't see the...
Thank you for being with us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Jokic. They get the rebound. It's good on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Inside. And it's in there. 6 points for him.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
From deep. Cuts off the pass. The three ball. He can't hit that time. 3-on-3. Pass to Lloyd. And so out of bounds it goes. And they'll keep possession. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Hackett. Busts the three after using the pump fake.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Jokic takes the three. Lloyd can't hit. Lloyd's got 1 3-pointer tonight in 4 tries. Pass to Bellinelli.
Come get it.
Fires from deep. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Clyburn. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Jokic gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, and that's what you want. Get something out in space before the defense can get set.
Now, here's Bellinelli. D right on him. Clock at 6. Clyburn. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Can't hit that one. Gabriel's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Here's Sangelia. Here's Hackett. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. From the arc. The shot, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. With the CBA and new broadcasting deals both completed, league talk now turns to expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver says if you're a successful organization, I think it makes sense over time to continue to grow. There's no doubt that there are a lot of great cities we're interested in having in the NBA. Kevin?
So right, David, we could lay out 3, 4, 5 cities right now that would beg to have professional basketball. Gabriel with the rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. They grabbed their own miss. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Here's Lloyd. He has 6. Gabriel, the pass to Lloyd. That one wide left.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Jokic hits it from three-point range. 11 points in the game.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Pass to Bellinelli. Puts up a deep 3. Ford grabs the board. Here's Lloyd. Got it. Good job in the low post. Lloyd's got 8 points.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Clyburn, and he dunks it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Well, through 3 quarters of... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those 2.
Here's Randolph. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. Randolph's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Courtney. From past the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
And the first shot of the night for him, missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
From downtown, that shot no good. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Courtney grabs the board.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Pass to Tucker. Stolen by Randolph. And they're on the break. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Here's Zizic. Puts up a 3. Tucker with the ball. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Courtney. And it's off from three-point range. Courtney's gone only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. It's stolen. Pushing it up. From deep three-point land. The shot, no good. they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that. And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Lets it fly. He's off on that one.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense. Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired players being critical of the younger generation. What's your assessment?
I think it's unfortunate, Kevin. I really do. I think the approach should more be from the retired players. They should have an appreciation of what they built and really enjoy the accomplishments of the current players. And then on the other hand, the current players need to look back and respect the foundation that those former players built for them.
Lets it go. Looks a big high bounce and goes in. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morgan. Six to shoot. From deep three-point territory. Offensive rebound. And so they get the victory here at home. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing it.
From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Goes up from the top of the key, and he gets the jumper to drop. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Launches it. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
No good on the quick 3. About a minute into this first quarter. Misses from the corner.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. He's got 5.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
Here's Bellinelli. Shot is up. It's Hayes with the rebound.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Pulls it from the top of the key. Doesn't go in. 2 for 4 in this game.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Takes the 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Finished off the break.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Herrera. Here's Ward. And he hits the jumper.
Ward. Assist from Herrera.
He shoots a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Over to the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first 2 minutes.
6 to shoot. Another shot. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now. Lets it go from deep. And Ward pulls it down. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Off target from outside. And here's the fast break. And he banks in the layup.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Pass to Herrera. Here's Ward.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Personal foul. First team foul.
58 seconds left in the first quarter. He was all alone on that one. Give him 8 points now.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Bellinelli. From outside, off the mark. Beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. 3 for 7 shooting now. Inside. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. To the right side.
You know, the question is, do you leave him in? A third foul this early could spell trouble.
Team foul.
First one falls for him.
For the away team. Herrera. 2 shots.
Both shots good from the strike.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And the layup is good off the glass.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Nine seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the left side wing. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from downtown.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their
domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. They lead by 12. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
With their offense clicking on all cylinders, they own that first quarter.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
It's hauled in by Hummus. It's stolen away. Here's Morgan. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Buries it from three.
No defender within 5 feet of him, just inviting him to shoot the three. That's a dangerous proposition.
There's the triple. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Goes up from the top of the key. Zizic with the rebound. They put together a solid lead.
And it doesn't seem like they're going to back off.
Here's Tucker. And slam dunk by Tucker.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Pass to Hummus. There's a screen. Takes a three. The shot that time not on target.
Well, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Zizic. And that one is stuffed right through.
Great work to clear some space around the rim and set himself up for that putback.
Yes, sir. That was a huge follow. Can they get it? Zizic with the rebound.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Pass to Tucker. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. And there's a pick. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here.
The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Fires from deep. And Tucker pulls it down.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams."
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Allie. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
They get it back. Pass to Morgan. Launches a three. He drops it from range. Morgan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
There's a screen. And the layup is good.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
52 seconds left in the first half. And that one drops. Morgan's got 7 points in the game.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Pass to Hamas. And we've got 28 seconds left in the second period.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Tucker with a screen. Clock at 6. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. He's got 5. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Delivering the blowout. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
I think they've been smart in their approach, guys. I mean, finding ways to set up ready shooters. And if you don't have it, just...
And looking at the players, that's it for us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Pulls up. They get it again. From outside the arc. Drills it from deep.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's Bellinelli. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Bellinelli's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Shot on the wing. No good on the shot.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead. I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. It's been a devastating night for them. Nothing has come easy, Grant.
Nothing indeed. Even when they've tried to make adjustments, it just hasn't worked.
Right wing. Pass to Ward. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Tries again. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul, first team foul.
And he makes a first. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
It's Hayes with the rebound. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The three ball. Here's Ward. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
Three-pointer, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Herrera. And finished off by Hayes.
And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Man, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
They set the screen. It's a one-on-one situation. Oh, he tries a three. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got his 5th rebound in this one. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Pass to Herrera.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Shoots a fadeaway. He can't get that one to fall. The three. That shot missing. There's the three. Drains the triple. He's got 5.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
On the take. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
For 3. Hits the three-pointer. Herrera's got 5.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
There's a screen. Here's Bellinelli. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
54 seconds left in the third. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Herrera. 5 points in the game. Lots of room. The shot off that time.
Got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Sinks the tray. Bellinelli's got 12 points in just the second half.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Here's Herrera. They grab their own miss. No good with a layup. In transition, here they come. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target at the end of the third quarter. A huge lead. This one may have already... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Morgan. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Grant?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
And the call over the back.
At least the over-the-back call comes from playing hard. But you'd like to see him get better position.
Now, they like to fly in at the last moment rather than establish position early.
Great look, but off the mark.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Puts it up from 17. Jump shot is good.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
A quick shot there. It's off target.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
The funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
Outside Tucker. Pass to Zizic. To the wing, right side. And it's all from 3-point range.
That's an unwise shot. I'm sure coach and teammates would have preferred he swing the ball for a better opportunity.
Lets the three fly, and Tucker pulls it down. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. It's hauled in by Hummus.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
Ooh, he dialed that one up from long distance.
After hitting nothing from downtown in the first half, that's his second make sense.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, that's his second three of the game. One in the first half, one here.
Let's go with a three. Pure from three-point range.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
Pass to Tucker. The three is up. That one is off. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Three-pointer off the mark. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by Hummus. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left to play in the fourth quarter. Fires at the elbow. It's not going to go for him. Checked by Tucker. From behind the arc. They get the rebound. The layup off target.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Out to the right wing. There's a minute 17 left in the fourth quarter here. The shot's good.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
And it's Morgan missing. Jacks up a three. Knocks down the long J.
And what an impact he's making from beyond the arc. A big three-pointer to narrow this lead.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more of them before this one's over.
There's 47 seconds left in the final quarter. Clock at 4. To stop the drought. And he sinks the layup.
Yeah, I think that one closes the door on any chance of a comeback. Impressive performance.
To me, they just looked a step quicker out there. They certainly look to want it more than their opponent.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it goes!
Oh my, wow!
Count it! And so they get the victory here at home. This one was a fun one to watch. They were
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And they pick up 2.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Maccabi, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Good on the second free throw. And he makes all 3.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Pass to Ward. Fires the 3. Over to the left wing. Tries to keep it alive. No good from outside. Here's Lloyd. Buries the long-range jumper.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And here's the fast break. Good work there as it goes. Lloyd's got his second bucket of the night. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
The 3. That shot no good.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Here's Gabriel. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Jokic. They get it again. Pass to Hoare. Three-pointer gets the three-pointer to fall.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
From outside the arc. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Lloyd. He's got 5. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. To the left side wing. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Ward misses. 1:52 left to play in the first. Pass to Hoare. Here's Lloyd. Here's Hoare. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, there's the 3. Another shot, Ward. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Pass to Hoare. They set the pick. Jokic score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
The 8-footer out left to the wing. To the right side. To the wing right side. Gabriel with the rebound. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Lloyd. He has 5. Jokic. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Oh, yes, he can! Wow. Yes, he can!
At the buzzer, that's why he's that dude.
Yeah.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Up by 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Here's Watsara. Fires for 3. And that one is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the left wing. Launches it. Sinks the three-pointer.
pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Off with the layup.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Randolph looking around. He lobs it up. Pass to Hummus. For the three. Nailed from three-point land. Hummus has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Back to Randolph. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. All alone. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Low. Drills it from outside. He's got 6.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
There's the pick. High post try. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Lays it up off the glass. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Takes a 3. Kept alive. Pass to Hummus. Releases from the wing and drills it. Hummus has got 5 points now in the quarter.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
For 3. Cans it from downtown.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
Pass to Randolph. Here's the screen. Here's the 3. Good on the triple.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Good.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Otero with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
They set the pick. Low. It's good from long range. 14 points for him.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Out to the right wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
There's a screen. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Up by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action.
Let's go back in time to Shaq's rookie season. Kenny, What was your first impression of him?
The bench has stepped up to where I could see a couple of those guys closing out this game.
Yeah, we'll see how the second half goes, but they may have earned.
Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Jokic. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Ward. And he goes in for the dunk.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Ward. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Hayes. For the lead. The shot, no good. Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here. Jokic from outside off the mark.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Lloyd. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake.
Is it possible to rest too much? Because he hasn't been able to get into a groove since coming back in. Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Jokic drops in the tray. He's got 8.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Count that bucket.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Lloyd. He's got 5. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
Number 14.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Here's Ward. Picked off in midair. Here's Ward, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
2 minutes remaining.
Down low. Ball stolen. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Lloyd. Trains the three-pointer. Lloyd's got 8 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
The tray. Here's Hayes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Hayes hits them both.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
There's the screen. Here's Lloyd. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Shoots. Gabriel with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Here's Lloyd. 10 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. There's 42 seconds left in the third. To the paint. And the call on the shot and sends him to the line.
Personal foul, third team foul. At the line.
That free throw missing.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Hort. Driving to the basket.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Up by 4. And we're coming right. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. To the inside. Off target at the rim. Outside, Randolph. Plays it up and banks it in.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
There's the pick. The 3. The shot missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Hummus. Launches a 3. The offensive rebound. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Tries again, and he nails that one right through the net. 21 points in the game.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Lock at 6. They set the screen.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Lloyd. Five to shoot. It's good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Lloyd's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Side. Offline with his 3. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
Team foul.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
Taking 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And he makes the first.
For the away team. Number 2. Taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Pass to Horde. Can't get it to go. He's made 4 and just missed his 4th. No good on that one.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Moving it up. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the 4th quarter. What a comeback and what a finish that we have in store.
And even when time was starting to run short, there was no panic. They kept their focus and went about their business.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
2 minutes.
To the middle. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
3-on-3. Oh, and they take the lead.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Into the lane, to the wing on the left. There's a good screen. Pass to Hayes. Here's Hamas. 3-pointer. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And a cold-blooded triple to calm this crowd down after what looked like a huge 3 at the other end.
Here's Horde. As with the rebound. 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Side. Here he goes. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Pass to Horde. Picked away. 4-on-3 as they bring it up. Gabriel with the rebound. There's 21 seconds left in the game. There's the triple. The 3 won't fall. And so the road team gets the W in this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this...
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Pass to Horde. Fires the three. Counted from distance.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Offensive rebound. Here's Bellinelli. Knocks it down from distance.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Here's Lloyd. 4-3. Not going to go that time. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. He's focused on what they need to do to stop James Harden, saying they need to be aggressive defensively without putting him on the line. Once he starts racking up the freebies, the game slows down, he gets into a rhythm, and from there, it's a domino effect.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Bellinelli. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Oh, got that one up quick.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Here's Lloyd. Pass to Horde. They need this. It's hauled in by Bellinelli.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Fires the three. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Here's Lloyd. Cash money on the open jump shot. Sinks it from distance.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Fires for three. Drops in the three. Lloyd's got his second bucket on the night.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Beyond the arc. Doesn't go that time. And here they come. With the fadeaway. The shot won't fall. Shoots. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Lloyd's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Here's Bellinelli. He buries it from 3.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Jokibatis. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
That is how you use the shot fake, folks.
Launches it from deep. Fires from deep. On target from range. He has 6.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you want to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going. Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Bellinelli. Knocks down the triple. Bellinelli's got 7 points.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
Here he goes. Pass to Gabriel. It's stolen. And they're on the run. He launches a 3. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. To the right side. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
12 seconds left in the first quarter here. Plus the 3 after using the pump fake. Here's Randolph. Takes a 3. The shot no good. The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Up by 8. Quarter number 2 coming up right after. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Had the space there, but it's offline.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
For 3. That shot off. The 3 is up. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. On the clock. Takes the 3. Connects from downtown. Randolph's gotten his second bucket on the night. Randolph's gone 2 for 2 from distance tonight. Misses the 3. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Fires the 3. Zizic with the rebound. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Pass to Morgan. Here's Zizic. Lets the three fly. Out left to the wing. There's the three. And it's Morgan missing.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Randolph gets the bucket. Randolph's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
You got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
From deep. No good. That's his third miss out of 5 attempts. From the arc. Zizic with the rebound. Close game here in Philadelphia. Puts up a three. And it's Morgan missing. 1:24 left in the second period. Here's the three. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
1:06 left in the second quarter. Here's Randolph. 9 points in the game. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. He's got 6.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Shoots. Randolph grabs the miss.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Three-pointer. That one's off, and now he's 3 for 6.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
There's a screen. The three. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Up by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Launches a three. Unable to get that one.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Jokubaitis sends it home from three-point land.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Bellinelli's got 3 of 7 three-pointers to fall so far. three is up. That shot off the mark. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Fires in the triple.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Lloyd. Give him 8. Jacks up a 3. Connects from downtown. Lloyd's got 11.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Pass to Gabriel. Six on the shot clock. From downtown, it doesn't go for him. Three-pointer. No good that time.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Hey, expanding his range. No good. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
Here's Bellinelli. The quick look, no good that time.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
They set a pick for the lead. No luck on that one.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
That one from long range. 13 points in the game.
You know, it takes incredible accuracy to drain it from that deep. So impressive.
Here's Lloyd. That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Here's Bellinelli. 13 points in the game. Over to the wing. Lets it go. Drained it for 2 points.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Gabriel knocks down the triple. Gabriel's got 5 points.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Wide open look. Rebounded by Gabriel.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
56 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Horde for the tie. That shot is off.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Off the mark there with a three.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Jokubaitis. It's tipped.
You know, scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
That one no good.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Launches it. Gets the three to fall. 9 points in the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Outside Tucker puts up a deep three. The putback controls the rebound and the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Hits the trifecta.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments.
Pass to Morgan. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Lets it go from deep. And Tucker pulls it down.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Here's Morgan. Puts up a deep three. Can't hit that one. Out to the wing. Oh, ripped away. Pass to Tucker. Here's Morgan. Back to Tucker. His first shot coming late. He's off on that one.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
Randolph misses. From deep. It's kept alive.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
The three. Zizic with the rebound. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Deflects the pass, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
From outside the arc. That one doesn't drop. Here's Morgan. The three ball. He drops it from range. Morgan's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Randolph. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 59 left in the fourth. Let's go with a three. Kept alive. Left side Tucker. This one for three. Sinks the tray.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Unfortunately for them, they're reeling at this point.
So true. Very little going their way right now at either end of the floor.
On target from range.
And I think the crowd is admiring the long-range duel.
Unbelievable couple of possessions here. I mean, the energy in here really starting to boil.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Uncovered. That one's good. Nothing but net. A minute 22 left to play in the fourth quarter. And there's the screen. Over to the left wing. There's the steal. Here's Morgan. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from way outside. Rebounded by Gabriel.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Board no good. And so the road team gets the W in this one.